Okay, so I've asked you as the last step for assignment number 2 to complete or produce a histogram for some of the data that you're going to be working with. I want to show you how to do that since I haven't gone over it in class. It's pretty easy. I love histograms. They're a fabulous diagram. I think we underutilize them a lot. We need to use them more. And so I want to make sure you know how to do that, and I want to make sure you know how to do it in SPSS. So here you have SPSS. It's open in the VLab on my computer at home, working just fine. And I've opened up the Boas and Whistler 9-year-old girl data set that is in the data tables in Blackboard. What we're going to do is we are going to calculate some histograms. We're going to do weight and stature. They're two great variables to do histograms with. We would expect a nice normal distribution, and we're going to talk a lot about distributions this semester, and this will give you a good example. So we're going to do a histogram of both, and that way you'll get to see it happen twice. So very simple. I'm just going to go to Graph, Legacy dialog boxes, because that's what I like to use, and then histogram. Nice and simple. The great thing about histograms is you only have to define one variable. If you want to do something more complex, you can define 2 or 3. That's okay. We can talk about that, and I can show you that a little bit later. So here we're going to do weight, and I'm just going to move it over into the variable, and then we're going to leave all the rest of this normal and click OK. Our output window pops up and it gives us our histogram. And here we can see the distribution of weights for the 9-year-old girls in this data set. So there's a few there at 40 pounds, there's a couple at the 90 to 80 range, and most are in the 50 to 60 range. Let's go ahead and create a stature histogram. We're going to do the exact same thing. Graph, Legacy dialogs, histogram. We're going to move weight out. We're going to move stature in and click OK. Notice that our weight histogram is still there in our output window. That's the lovely thing about SPSS in this output window, is it keeps a history of all the output you have. And then here is the histogram of stature, and you can see how there are girls in this data set that are 1,400 centimeters tall, those that are shorter, but most are in the 1,250 to 1,300 centimeters in height. Histograms in SPSS will also give you the mean and standard deviation and the sample size, so it's a rather handy thing to have. Histograms are wonderful charts. They tell us a lot about our data, and they're really simple to get in SPSS.